Hello, I am Jim, aka Satramula Beta, and I am doing Five Nights of Fright, Night 2. I didn't realize how dark this was. Let me... I got everything darkened so I can enjoy the ambiance of this spooky game, which I will then... I will turn the lights back down here in a second, but I just was trying to see if I could actually see myself on the camera, which I can. Let me adjust this down. So I'm playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I've never played this before, although I've heard it is quite spooky. As with the other things I'm doing in Five Nights of Fright, I am doing games I've never played before. I got a whole ton of games in my Steam library that I never played, so I'll try these. And this is one of them. I've had it for years. I bought it a long time ago, or got it as part of a Humble Bundle, or got it as a freebie. I honestly don't know. But I've had this game in my library for a long time, and I never got around to playing it. But we're going to try it this time. So I haven't done anything other than load the game. This is the very beginning. Basically, it's the first thing you see when you load the game up. Want the orange light, and then... There you go. So, let's get back to this. Oh, reminding me about my webcam. Okay, so this is the first screen that you get. It looks like a butthole. This looks like the inside of a butthole. But this is where it started. So we are following a couple of quick messages on how to get the best possible experience. Amnesia should not be played to win. Instead, focus on immersing yourself in the game's world and story. Don't worry about when and how to save during gameplay. The game will take care of that for you. When you want to leave the game, just choose save and exit. You can then use continue to return where you left off next time you start up the game. The world of Amnesia is a dangerous place and you are extremely vulnerable. Do not try to fight the enemies encountered. Instead, use your wits. Hide or even run if necessary. The interplay between light and dark is very important to the game. Because of this, it's vital to set up the gamma correctly. Use the slider control below to adjust until the square at the right is barely visible. Okay. Square at the right is barely visible. Alright. Cool. That seems about right, at least for me. I know it's a little darker, I think, on the stream itself, but that's what I can see. So also make sure to play in a dark room and wear headphones for the best effect. I'm wearing headphones and it is a dark room. I have a little bit of light just for the sake of the camera. Hope you enjoy immersing yourself in the world of Amnesia. My partner played this game a long time ago and she said it was very spooky. Oh, that's loud. Turn that down a little bit. It was spooky and set in a creepy capsule. Okay. Start new game. Let's do this on normal. The game is designed to be played.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Okay, I'm Daniel. Mementos added to the journal. For quick access to your mementos, press M. Make sure to check whenever you get stuck. Okay, mementos. Follow the liquid trail and find its source. Yes, that looks like blood. Okay. Or Or maybe, I don't know, might not be blood. You okay, Daniel? Left mouse button and move the mouse in order to move the door. Press the mouse button to throw the door open or shut depending on the direction you face. Okay. Just seeing how that works. I feel like hiding is probably a thing I will do. Okay, R, and move the mouse to rotate the object. Tinderbox. Okay, that was the thing I needed. Apparently. Didn't know I needed it, but might as well get it. Oh, is there something in here? What's this? Tinderbox. Tinderbox is used to light candles and other light sources. The current number of tinderboxes is shown in the inventory tab. Inventory. Okay, so we've got 2 tinderboxes. Health, sanity, journal. Notes. No notes are available. Okay, so this is definitely not a, I guess it's about 10 years old, so I should probably give it credit where credit is due. It's a 10-year-old game. Although I feel like this doesn't look great even for 10 years old, but when I understand it's about the atmosphere. But it does have health and sanity. Those are 2 things that were involved in Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, which is a great GameCube game. Probably one of the best GameCube games. And it's a very much a Lovecraftian horror game, although it is not technically a Lovecraft property. I hear footsteps. Even though it's technically not a Lovecraft game, it does have that Lovecraftian feeling. Okay. Well, alright, it says my sanity's still clear. I don't know if it's injury or just fear. Or fear or just injury, I guess I should say it that way. It's definitely a spooky castle. Tinderbox. Okay. Why is everything like... Is it just he's walking like this? Okay. It said right mouse button to throw open. Nothing in here. Okay, yeah, so sanity, right, definitely a thing, but I don't know how to turn the lights on in there. Oh, it's really dark in there. Sanity is a slight headache. Okay. Well, it's Renaissance painting. Not particularly creepy, but... guess that was all there was there. Alright, down the stairs. Okay, I can crouch. Can I run? No, I can lean. Okay. Okay, so I can throw the... Can I not take the... Wish I could take the torches. That would probably make things a lot easier. Slight headache still. Okay. I wish there was something to indicate what was going on here. Couple tinder boxes. Alright, that's useful. Okay, well, I guess that's the only way to go. So far, could be spookier. A lantern. Okay, if the picture lantern, when filled with oil, can be turned on by pressing F. Okay. Well, that's definitely helpful. Tinderbox. Alright, so lantern. Can't be opened. Okay. Well, I thought they could be opened. Maybe not. These can't do anything. I can pick them up, but I can't do anything with them. I wonder if this puzzle is based around that, though. A note.
Of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him.
Okay.
His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him.
Okay.
Your former self, Daniel.
This explains the amnesia in the title. Oil for the lamp. Okay. I think that improved my sanity. Did that do anything else out here? Nope. Okay. Alright, well. Wow, those are enormous cockroaches. Even by city standards, those are big cockroaches. Alright, Daniel, let's do this. Hold on, left shift. Okay, so I can run. But it's telling me how to run for a reason.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brandenburg.
Alexander sounds like Orson Welles. Falls beneath the very stone of Brandenburg. Oil. And a tinderbox. There's big ass cockroaches. More oil. Gross. I thought that was supposed to be scary, but it's just gross. Alright, so that does nothing. Can't go that way. Let's go up this way. Laboratory. Wine cellar. Okay. Let's go check the laboratory. So far, this hasn't got scary. It has some, you know, definitely has some atmosphere. Based on what I've heard, though, I would assume that this probably gets scarier as time goes on. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Knees weak, arms are heavy. He's vomit on his sweater already. Dark descenty. Okay. Didn't realize I could run out of oil that fast. There's really no indication of how fast the oil is running out. Note. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar.
There should be more coop rats. Let me see. And one part aqua force.
Okay. Alright, so that was the laboratory. There's more stuff in the wine cellar. The young boy struck his victim with a rock. Okay. Okay, need a key to the wine cellar. Well, it hasn't had as many spooks as the game I played last night. What was that? Silver Chains. I just came from the archives, I think. I need something to pry that off. It does have more atmosphere, though. I'll give them that. I feel like this is the way to go. This is the way highlighted, anyway. Oh. Can't be torn by hand or tools. Wine cellar, okay. Organic tissue needs to be dissolved by something from the wine, from the organic. Yeah. Not the, yeah, there's some kind of compound from the laboratory, which was moved to the wine cellar. So we gotta find a way into the wine cellar. Tabularium. Maybe I didn't go to the archives. Come from the archives. So it definitely came from the floor below. You felt the kitchen floor tears, we need to survive. Yeah, no, I didn't definitely. Did not come this way. Oh. What's that noise? I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, and my freedom shall return to me. In addition to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, it is to recommend my services at the Prussian Royal Court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal, Wilhelm, House of Garrick. Hey, Brennenburg. No, that's I'm thinking of another place. Never mind.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Okay, so this is Daniel. So you worked for the British Museum at some point. On something, perhaps, that you brought back on the dig. Done did this. Whatever this is. Pretty standard. Study. Oh, what the fuck was that noise? Shirts. A lot of shirts.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Well, that sounds horrifying. Oh, okay, that's a really long room. Is there a map or anything? No. Slight headache. Health is good. Notes. Yeah, nothing. Alright, nail it down. That's where I was just at. Cool. I like that. Parchments of some kind.
May 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry.
Oh, we got a Lovecraft
The
here.
next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
The clicking noise is just, oh, it's like somebody eating a candy in my ear. Central Prussia, Kingdom of Prussia. Probably not important information, I'm guessing. Nope, there's something over here. Tinderbox and oil. Somebody playing the piano?
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Okay. That wasn't caved in before. Fragile but not breakable by hand. Smashy, smashy. Is this where? Okay, that's just where it was.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Break stuff. Alstad and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Alstad. Deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversation, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tale, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. The story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey, which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstad at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice that he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to just never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstad, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Alstad, and like most those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals that little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman of the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This is fed to the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Okay. Let us continue. Alright. Something about start 3. Once you start 1, you gotta click and secret passage. Key. Okay, the last game I played, I had in wardrobes a lot, so I just did that by instinct. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would solve some or both of my problems. Probably needs more zombies. shit was that? Okay. Old tomes. Yep, book definitely moved on its own. Cool. Are we playing that piano again? Okay, put oil and lamp. Don't really need the lamp right now. I don't know what that was, and I really don't want to find out. What the hell? Okay. Guess I won't be going back that way. Wine cellar was down this way. Okay, how do I use the key? Use the key. I mean, this definitely feels like a Lovecraft thing, you know. Impossible architecture, unrecognizable beings. Ancient tomb. Oh, I see. I can add more oil to it.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Cuprite? Something with copper. Okay, that noise is not great. Uh... Okay. Hello?
The flicker, the bluish light.
Orpiment. Okay, what's orpiment? Orpiment. Alright, well, it doesn't say. And this thing burns through oil really fast. That's the first door I went to. I got killed by a barrel like Worf. A few cuts and bruises. Head is pounding. Oil barrel. Alright, so... the heck do I get out of here now? I don't think I can get up there. Okay. Hold left and left mouse to move and left stick to push. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I see. Okay, let's drag some drag these boulders out of here. Come on. Sort of organic tissue box path cannot really be dissolved. Notes. Alright. My sanity got better.
What's happening? Oh, feels like my chest is going to burst.
So we got an alien inside you, buddy.
My God, Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Aqua Regia should do the trick. It's the only thing that can dissolve gold. Or corrode gold. My name is Wilhelm, House of Garrick. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the castle of Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what the supposed Knight of the Order could want from me and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me the nature of the contract was sordid and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past and not the honors I'd been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position within noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I've brought men, women, and children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100. None of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions that we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in the toast. The wine tasted fine and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment of our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes and I can no longer... Ew. So don't drink the wine. Oh, that must be the remnants of them. I guess Aqua Regia should do the trick, though. Although there was one door I think I didn't open. Oh, I've been here before. Okay. I would assume that this Aqua Regia should do the trick. It's a potent acid. I'm trying to get out of here. Yep, alright. So... how's my body doing? Slight headache, a few cuts and bruises. Okay. Alright, okay. Appropriate apparatus, I guess. Laboratory? I presume what I need for mixing would be, excuse me, down here. Okay. Let's be a container. Alright, well, sure. That makes sense. Do I have any containers? No. What the hell is that? This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I needed, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I'll attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, in hope it'll produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might not be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I'll find out if I can make a solution to my predicament. Chemistry pot. Okay. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I'm able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Okay, I guess I can't take that. Okay. Gas on. Pot of acid. Can't go through there. Okay, can't jump. God, that was probably the case. Oh, and the cat wants out. The scariest creature of all, a tiny calico kitty cat. Probably don't want to go down that way. I don't think I can use... Okay. Maybe I can... Yeah, that's not what I planned, but... I guess that worked. This feels very... Well, not similar, but it feels like, you know, it definitely has the same kind of... thought as Eternal Darkness, which I enjoyed quite a bit. You know, feeling very much like it's more the well, it's setting up like the, you know, the ancient temple or the ancient tomb and all that other stuff, and then the place where you are is what's doing more is the most damage to your psyche. All right. Cool. Refinery. I'm almost out of vodka.
Dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason for the darkness, that is?
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Okay, looking at enemies drains your sanity too. That's good to know. Yep, just problem with the FPS. Okay, I'll go with that. Laudanum.
22nd of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Sandy's not feeling great. It's the cat. Come on. I knew that was going to happen. The only jump scare of the night was going to be from the damn cat pawing at the door or something. Okay, yep, gotta lift that latch using the, wheel over here. Clogging the crank and pulley contraption. Okay, that's where I just came from. Okay, but what's clogging it? Ah. I guess that helped my sanity somewhat. Okay, that's all the way. You're here for this delightful experience. Well, this experience is, I don't know if delightful is the phrase I'd use, but it is certainly creepy. It hasn't been as, like, outright scary as the last game I played. Yeah, I mean, I'm more interested in it, I guess, even though it's not as, like... Yeah, the last game was Invisible ghost? Invisible monster? Gets more intense over time. The ass is always puckered. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that puckered my ass a little bit. So there's something in the water. What does that do? Good luck with the water demon. Thanks! Pick those up. I don't know what it is, but I know it sucks, and I don't want it. Was it that gate? Is that what it... Oh, was it the gate? Damn it. Damn it. Okay. I didn't touch the water, sir. 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 I've been okay. Despite being assaulted by water demons, I'm doing just fine. A lot of staying inside. A lot of social distancing. You know, the usual bullshit with COVID. How have you been? Yeah, you know, I used to think I was a homebody until this. And then I was like, even for me that's a bit excessive. Not today, Water Satan. Yeah, I miss playing D&D. I was running a game here for a while, but it just got to be too much. I changed jobs, and it's it was one of those things where it was just a lot of stress. Oh, you got me. Barely conscious. All right. Well, that didn't take much. Damn. I don't think I can survive another hit like that. I wish there was something I could, like... Oh. Oh, I can throw something in the water. That water was yellow for a second, which I think was the me pissing myself. Just throw a corpse at it. Over there. Go that way. Oh, it ate the corpse. Well, that's good to know. Throwing bones, meaty limbs, it will force to eat it for a bit. Yep. Got that part. I see. Okay, cool. Um. Need more meats. Yeah. I know. Oh. mm. Okay. Finally. It took... I've been playing this game for an hour and 20 minutes, and it took an hour and 20 minutes to get actually, like, legitimately scary. You're not lying about it being a slow burn, though. Jeez. Ugh. Escape artist. Well, so far the scariest part, I don't know if you saw that, the scariest part for me was when the cat started pawing at the door to get in. That scared the shit out of me. But, ooh, boy. Alright. Okay, cool. Crystal clear. Wound is bleeding quite badly. Alright, Alright. Take the laudanum. Guest room. Study. I feel like Edgar Allan Poe, just getting addicted to laudanum. I've had far too much laudanum and I feel unwell. Letter regarding the discovery of an orb to my most trusted student friend, Johann Weyer. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is inexplicable, as the Heliodromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was, as it was told about, an underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. Oh, Mithras. Oh, we're getting some Mithras in here. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It is an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Altstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails when I finally found the cavern. I went inside, and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as I closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in his pursuit. I made my way to the nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but unfortunately, they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly, a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The guardian had taken the orb from me, but still until this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since the day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest and ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Altstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Okay. Well, interesting, but where I already was. This place is huge. Like, unreasonably large. Oh, it's like a dog's head? Milestones of human anatomy. Understanding locomotion. Chambers of the human skull. And a hammer. Why does it feel like they were, doing some kind of Frankenstein shit in here?
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
Mm-hmm. 9th January 1658. Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I should pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made into my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. Come on. That was painful. Less hassle acquire. Okay. Yeah, so they're like he's stealing the life force of humans or some shit. There's too many drawers to open in this place. I'm just like, it's my OCD. Oh. Cool. By nature, I just like, now I have to open all of the drawers. As soon as there was like, it was unfortunate. As soon as there was a drawer that had something useful in it, I was like, now I have to open all the drawers. No, go in the fire. No. Wonder if it burns. Does it burn? Wait a minute. Barking doggos. Probably makes sense. Ghost of all the dogs that got murdered. Let's see. Finally, rebel the study. Yeah. Alright. Do not like. Do not like. You still watching, Derek? Did you play Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem on the GameCube? I brought it up because it's very much in the same spirit of this game, like where it's a. I mean, I don't know if this game technically has Lovecraft horror or Lovecraftian horrors. It seems like it might, but that was definitely in the Lovecraft oeuvre, and it was a great game for the GameCube. It had a sanity meter, so the more crazy stuff you saw, the worse it got for you. And you, yeah, it's definitely, you know, because like it did stuff to mess with you as the player. Like it became a matter of your, like it messed with your sanity too. Like it would do things like if you, when you reach a certain point, your controller would be reversed. Like the inputs on your controller would be reversed, and you'd have to work with a reversed input. You'd have to disconnect the controller and, you know, like connect it to another port
Daniel,
for it to work.
still having nightmares, I see.
Yes, I can't shake them. They come every night.
We'll put a stop to them. You'll see.
We're going to perform a lobotomy on you, Daniel. I just invented it. It would do things also like the
2nd of July, 1839.
more.
I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
It did, one of the ones that it would do is like it would blank the screen, and then it would just put like the number, like it would say like channel 3 or line 1 up in the corner, like your GameCube had turned off, and you know it would do, you know, like your character would get killed, and then it would be fine. You know, like the channel, like it would all reset back to the beginning of the room, and everything would be fine. But it played with your sanity, as well as the sanity of the character, which was really fun. Oh, laudanum? It was ambitious, but and it also, it wasn't just, and you didn't play one character. You played multiple characters throughout different times. So you played like a nurse during World War II. You played, or World War One, I mean. You played a firefighter in the modern day. You played, I want to say like someone in the like the Middle Ages, but you had to like switch between the characters, and like they would, what you did with one would affect the others, and it was really interesting. But what was cool about it is it had a sanity. You had three. You had three resources. You had health, you had health, mana, and sanity. It was like in a triangle, and you could use spells to spend one to improve the other. So you could make yourself go insane, by using magic, or heal yourself, or damage your health to restore your sanity. But you, as your sanity got worse, the game would start messing with you more. So there's pre-programmed stuff, but there's also things where just like things wouldn't work right, like the game would screw with you, and the worse your sanity got, the worse the game screwed with you.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion. But suddenly, I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
Drawing. Good question. What are those pieces? Okay. Door is stuck due to a broken lock. Oh. Maybe I can pry it open? Guess that crowbar was only good for one use.
July 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary.
There goes the radio. There goes the furnace.
The joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive.
The radiator
The
gnomes.
ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Spooky. It's certainly spooky. 3 spooky, 5 me. See, the last game I played, you hit an armoire a lot. Hello? Hello? Okay. Hello? Okay, an important key is hidden in the guest room. Forgot to check for that. If I were a key, where would I hide? Now I'm just being petty. Don't need to light those. Where would I hide a key in the guest room? Nope. Checked all these drawers, I think, before. Okay.
Oh, thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Machine room. It's always behind a painting.
An ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
I bet I need the machine room to turn on the elevator. It's not working. Yes. Okay. So I take the key to the machine room. What horror awaits me down in the machine room? Man, this is poorly laid out. Who designed this?
5th of July, 1839. Today, I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
So it's some sort of puzzle, which I assume I will probably need to find some other pieces to, because I have no idea what the hell those are supposed to do. Okay. Oh, let's see. We're gonna... You know what? I need to hold on to... We're gonna bring you some. We're gonna bring you with me. Just in case I need to throw you at something. We'll hang out. We'll inkwell. Seems more stout.
14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
Okay. That doesn't mean anything. Oh. There are only two separate or spare rods left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged and keep the others in the inner study rooms in case all three would crack again. Okay, so there's rods that do something. Come here. Where'd my ink well go? It just appeared. That was gonna be my friend. Alright, we'll use you. Alright. Scary monster. I have a giant gear.
17th of July, 1839. How has this escaped me? They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled. I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust the Baron. He better know what he claims. If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
Oh. I actually need you after all. Okay, so there were cogwheels. Dark hole in the ground. Oh, there's another cogwheel. I kind of feel like I probably need this, although I didn't know where I would need it. I'm stuck connected in something. Okay. Tinderbox. How much oil do I have in a lamp? Alright, I'm looking good there. My little refill. Okay, so I have to get something for it to burn. And I need that other cogwheel. Did I miss something? Did I not pass? Oh, there's the cogwheel. Alright, cool. That was easy enough. Where would I find something to burn it? I think oil will work. I need that lamp oil. That was the rods. Oh. No. Those wheels don't do anything. That was the way I came, I think. Yeah. Okay, but there was some stuff up here still. That did nothing. Okay. That door's the way out. I feel like those do something, but I have no clue what those... I mean, I'm sure they do something, but I have no clue what they're supposed to do. Circle, triangle, square. Don't see anything that matches this. I guess I could try oil. Nope, can't equip oil. That's too big. Is this coal, or is this just dirt? Oh, okay. I don't need to pick it up with the shovel. There's this right here. So I'll just throw this lump of coal in. Oh, I meant to. Burner needs more coal. Okay. How much more? I should have yelled Kobe when I threw that in there. Okay, got the burner going. But what's stopping it? Yeah, thanks. I think I'm gonna quit too. It's getting kind of late for me. I'm definitely gonna play this game though, some more. It was way more fun than I don't know. I found the one last night kind of trite and just very railroady. This is still railroading, but this was fun. So I'm out for the night. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there. I'll be back tomorrow with another game. I think I'm going to do Soma, either Soma or one of the others. But I'm going to play this one again after this week is up. I'll try this and see if I can't finish it. But yeah, have a good night. Stay safe. Bye.